scoring, but just kept the pressure, and it led to the major decision.
Here comes Sasso and Stemmet. And if you think they don't love that young gentleman in this building as he departed, what a reception he received. All right, this is another one of those that you kind of circled at 197 when you look at Sasso and Stemmet getting ready to go. If it sounds familiar, it should.
Yeah, they met up with each other in Vegas. Sasso came out ahead with the pin, I believe. But I think this has potential to be quite the matchup here with a lot of action.
Sasso, freshman, won Pennsylvania States a couple of times. They talked about having wrestled his entire life. However, coming into his own as he's grown into the sport and making major strides. That solid performance in Vegas, it would hope a vision of things to come. What are you looking for at the start here?
Yeah, I think, well, Coach Roby, described him as a winner. Knows how to go out there and win matches, and that kind of type of swagger can go a long way with a work ethic, and I know he's got a work ethic as well. So I'm just interested to see some points go on the board here and see what each of these guys can get going.
And you also give him credit for seizing the moment. Andy Smith had tweaked the ankle, and he's one of the tough, resilient guys on the roster. So the question, would you take him? They decided to take Sasso at the last minute, and boy, did he answer the bell on that occasion. Yeah, you got to take advantage of those opportunities when you get them. With Smith still a little dinged up. Is Sasso getting the nod here today at 7-5 and wrestling against, with a 14 beside his name, Stemmet. And Sasso in the front headlock position here. Stemmet circles out of it. Stemmet with the counter here. In on the high crotch. Sasso cut the corner. Wow. Cuts the corner, ends up with a high crotch himself. Trying to finish here. Stemmet's doing a good job of squaring the hips. Yeah, the Illinois native in a good position right now. Oh, that's a great finish right there. Sasso drove up, starts to drive to his feet, stepped over, and his high leg hooked that back ankle, gave him the angle to finish the takedown. Turns the tables, picking up 3 of his own, and that continues that theme we've seen, Daryl, throughout the day of Virginia Tech getting the early takedown on many occasions to set the stage for the remainder of the match. Yeah, that's huge. You want your guys to go out there looking to score that first takedown, set the pace, and then keep scoring. And Sasso, he's got some leverage. He's a pretty long guy. He looks comfortable with this crab ride, leg ride on top. He's got a power half in here. This could get dangerous for Stemmet. He's gonna have to clear that half, and yeah, just like that, get to his feet. Clear out. Oh, it hits reversal. So able Great job. A couple of his own to tighten things up at a separation of 1 now. Big time reversal. Yeah, way to keep your wits about you. Sasso looked like he was going to get Stemmet in trouble with that power half, and Stemmet just cleared it, got to his feet, hit the reversal, and now he's on top. Be that with 12.1 remaining in the opening period between the two. Take the final 12 seconds for a spin. Yeah, this is big right here, 12 seconds. It's big to keep your opponent down when you're on top, and if you can get that escape at the end of the period right there, it's huge. Going for the late takedown, but it'll stay where it is instead at 3-2, Sasso. And this second of our rematches from what we saw at the Cliff Keen Invitational. Look at how things went down in Vegas. Yeah, Sasso came out with a pin in 244. Of course, both of these teams with representatives faring well there at Westgate. 138 ranked wrestlers featured in that event. Talked about Provo at the start, who snatched away headlines at 125. Caleb Henson, who had the finish on the podium on the Virginia Tech side of things. Hokies placed 4 of 7 at the prestigious event. Yeah, that's a great event, early season event. See where your guys are at, what they need to work on, and there's, like you said, there's great competition out there, so you get it's a good measuring stick early in the year. Henson battling Lovett to that 3-4 decision, just off 1 there when things were said and done. And should mention, you've talked about the youngsters for
Stanford throughout. Knox, Cardenas, both reaching the semifinals for Stanford. So all that to say, kind of wrapping up the Cliff Keen piece of it. So much to build on for both these programs from that trip to Vegas.
Yeah, a lot of shining spots for both teams, and I'm sure they came back with a lot of notes on what to work on as well.
And think
Stemmet,
about Sasso. Look no further than him and what the true freshman was able to do. You're liking what you're seeing here.
Well, Stemmet he's got a cradle locked up, but they're on the edge of the mat here. Sasso fought it off and got off the mat, but that could have got dangerous real quick.
Well, let's talk just a little more about Sasso and the 6th place finish and his CKLV debut. I mean, a true freshman. And after dropping his first bout, rattled off 4 straight victories, all over ranked opponents, in order to finish in that fashion.
That's very impressive. That just shows a lot of composure and a lot of grit. And, I mean, I can see why Coach Roby called him a winner. He's young. It's hard to go into those situations and bounce back and stay tough. And he actually showed he can do it. That's got to be exciting for the coaches.
One thing you saw from him earlier in this one to some degree was the carryover. Came into this match with a great deal of confidence, but you credit Stemmet for the way he's battled back here.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, Stemmet is, he's got it tied up now, so he's kind of turned the tide back, at least equal.
There's a reason there's a number beside his name.
Yeah.
It's 4 apiece here.
Sasso on a nice low-level shot. Stemmet's trying to counter. Who's gonna get their head up first here? Both got each other's legs tied up. This might end up a stalemate.
Only 2 seconds to do anything with it, and it'll do just that. Be a stalemate at the end of things and stay 4-4. How about this? A competitive battle between Sasso and Stemmet as they tangle for the 2nd time in recent days.
Yeah, both these guys are getting after. They're both got a lot of weapons on the neutral position and on the mat.
How much does familiarity play in when you've just kind of been there, done that in recent moments?
I mean, especially when it comes to mat wrestling, if a guy, your opponent has, a turn that they like to do, maybe you've never seen before, don't see a lot of it. That first time it could be daunting, but then you kind of figure out, work on things to counter it. So on the mat wrestling, it can make a big difference.
Sasso turns aside, now up 1 at 5-4. But both these wrestlers looking for a whole lot more than one finger in the air right now. They have designs on that big moment here in the 3rd.
Yeah, I think there's going to be another takedown here, so it's not going to end at 5-4.
80 seconds left to settle it between these two, perhaps more. Time will tell.
Stemmet in on a shot. Sasso with a good counter.
Individuals trying to put personal chapters together toward the end of the afternoon here. And 1 minute to work with between these two, separated by 1.
Oh, a nice low-level shot. But Sasso shot in there and just kind of stalled, stopped. That gave Stemmet a chance to counter.
Just enough time left for Stemmet to try to do something riding time-wise, but designs on a whole lot more. How about this?
Oh, nice finish. Great scramble. Got the bottom leg Turk in.
Sasso right at the half-minute mark in the 3rd creates the separation.
He gets the turn. He gets 4 back points. It could be a major decision as well.
Got about 16 seconds to work with to that end. Up 8-4 as it is.
11 seconds.
Inside 10 now.
Well, that was a tough, stingy match there, and Sasso just figured out a way to win it there at the end.
Well, one of the more impressive moments when you talk about the back and forth between these two, and you saw what the future could look like for one of the great young Hokies as Sasso wins by decision 8-4.
Yeah, I can see why they're excited about Sasso. And Stemmet, very dangerous too. That was a heck of a match. They were going back and forth, a lot of battling in there.
Well, walk us through one more time what you saw in this one, your takeaways from one of the matches of the day.
Yeah, Howard that last takedown where he went for the headlock. But Howard just did a great job of keeping the pressure on the whole time. Wasn't getting the takedowns at the beginning, then just started to figure things out and started to rack up the points.